Dear children, now we will have a look at the different types of companies as per Companies Act 2013 and the Income Tax Act 1961 and the income to be taxed. First, we will see what is the meaning of a company. For the purpose of taxation, a company means an Indian company or a corporate body incorporated inside or outside India. Any institution, association, or body, whether incorporated or not, and whether domestic or non resident, which is declared as a company by the Central Board of Direct Taxes. Now, we will see different types of companies. First, industrial company. This is under section 2, subsection 8, subdivision C. A company which is mainly engaged in the business of generation and distribution of electricity or any other form of power, or in the construction of ships, or in the manufacture or processing of goods, or in mining. The second type of company is a company in which the public are substantially interested. This is under section 2, subsection 18. It includes a company owned by government or Reserve Bank of India, a company having government participation, companies registered under section 25 of the Indian Companies Act 1956, a company declared by the Central Board of Direct Taxes, then mutual benefit finance company, a company having cooperative society participation, a public limited company. All these will come under a company in which public are substantially interested. The third type of company is investment company. A company whose gross total income consists mainly of income which is chargeable under the head income from house property, capital gains, and income from other sources will be there. Fourth type is domestic company under section 2, subsection 22A. An Indian company or any other company which in respect of its income liable to tax under the Income Tax Act has made the prescribed arrangements for the declaration and payment within India of the dividends, including dividends on preference shares payable out of such income. Thus, all Indian companies are treated as domestic company, but all domestic companies are not Indian company. If a foreign company makes prescribed arrangements for payment of dividend in India, it shall be treated as domestic company. The fifth type of company is foreign company. This is under section 2, subsection 23A. A company which is not a domestic company, that is a company registered outside India in any other foreign company. Sixth type is Indian company. This is under section 2, subsection 26. Indian company means a company formed and registered under the Companies Act 2013 and includes a company formed and registered under any law relating to companies formerly in force in any part of India other than the state of Jammu and Kashmir and the Union Territories. Again, a corporation established by or under the central, state or provincial act. Any institution, association or body which is declared by the board of a company. In case of the state of Jammu and Kashmir, a company formed and registered under any law from the time being in force in that particular state. In the case of any of the union territories, a company formed and registered under any law for the time being in force in that union territory, provided that the registered or, as the case may be, principal office of the company, corporation, institution, association or body in all the cases should be in India. The seventh type of company is public sector company. This is under section 2, subsection 36A. A corporation established by or under any central, state or provincial act or a government company as defined in the Companies Act 2013. The eighth type of company is widely held company. A company in which the public are substantially interested. Closely held company is the ninth type. Here in that company, public are not substantially interested. Now let us move on to income of a company. What are all the income which should be taxed for a company? We have seen that corporate tax is levied on the income of a company. The net income is arrived at by adding all the possible sources of income of a company, which is profits or gain from business or profession, income from property, whether it is housing, commercial, self-occupied or let out. If the property is used in the company's business operations, it does not fall under this head. Capital gain, income from other sources like winnings from lotteries, races and interest on securities. Under all these four heads, we will be having income and that should be added. The resultant figure is set off against any carry forward profits or loss after the deduction are provided under the relevant headings. The final net income is liable to income tax. Then coming to the two types of companies, domestic company and corporate and foreign company. A domestic company is a company formed and registered under the Companies Act 1956, and if the control is from India, all the income received from anywhere of the world, it will be taxed. Education cess and surcharge is levied along with the basis of income tax. For the foreign company, the income earned in India will be taxed, and education cess and surcharge will be levied on the basis of income tax. Dear learners, hope you have got a fair idea about taxation and corporate tax in India. Please keep in mind that taxes are paid by citizens to help the government to provide us with the basic facilities, to protect us during calamities, and to provide a decent standard of living for us. Corporate taxes are one of the major source of income to the government next to GST, with which the public expenditure are taken care of. Thank you. Happy learning.